Hello, my friends. Today we're going to talk about patterns. I know you guys know what patterns are, but we're going to get a little bit more into it. We're going to learn how to solve patterns, different types of patterns, and eventually we will know how we can use patterns to solve other harder problems. Okay, so let's do a little refresher. Do we remember what a pattern is? Okay, well, a pattern is something that does the same thing over and over again. So it usually is repeating in some way. So if we look around in our classroom or our home or outside, sometimes we see a lot of patterns. Can you guys think of some patterns you might see? Well, I'm going to show you an example. We have these sneakers. They have a pattern. Okay, it's like a checkerboard. It goes black, white, black, white, black, white. And that's a pattern. Another example is this tile. Okay, so we see that circular design and it's repeating over and over again. Okay, and a lot of times, every time, a pattern has a rule. Okay, just like we have rules in our classroom that we follow, a pattern has a rule. So like, for example, this pattern, the rule is black, white, black, white. It's alternating, okay? Sometimes the rules will be something a little bit more tricky, like maybe it's adding 2 or skipping 1, okay? So we're gonna look at some different patterns. And, we went over our problem solving strategy. So as we look at our patterns, we're going to remember this so that we can solve our patterns. Okay, so we have number 1, understand the problem. Number 2, make a plan. Number 3, solve the problem. And number 4, check. Okay, so as we go on in our lesson, we're going to keep these in mind. And now I'm going to show you, we're going to start with some simple patterns. So let's go ahead and go to the board, and I'm going to show you those patterns. Okay, friends, so we have a pattern started here. So we're going to go back to our problem solving steps, understand the problem. So the problem is we have a pattern, but it's not complete. We have square, circle, square, circle, and we need to figure out what the next 3 elements are. Okay, elements is the word that we use to describe the things that are in a pattern. Okay, so we need to figure out the next 3 elements. Let's make a plan. Okay, what's our plan going to be? We need to look at the shapes. Okay, square, circle, square, circle. We're going to try to figure out what comes next. We're going to look closely at these if we can see the pattern. Okay, now let's solve. Do we see a pattern here that's repeating? Square, circle, square, circle. Okay, so what do we think comes next? Square, and then circle, and then square. So we put the next 3 elements in our pattern. Okay, we solved it. Now let's check. Square, circle, square, circle, square, circle, square. Okay, is our pattern look correct? I think so. Good job, you guys. Okay, my friends, now we went over some basic patterns. Now, I think you guys might be ready to step it up a little bit and do some big first grader patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and put some other types of patterns on the smartboard, okay? Okay, everyone, so here we have a numeric pattern, okay? A numeric pattern is a pattern that uses numbers, and this is what we're going to be using a lot of, okay? As we go on and we learn how to do different type of math problems, we're going to be dealing with numeric patterns a lot. So let's look at this one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, do you notice anything? It's like we're counting, right? We're going in order. We're counting up, we're increasing. So this is called an increasing pattern. And the rule is just going up by 1. So that's an increasing pattern. We're going up. Let's see. Let's look at another pattern. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. This looks like we're increasing in this one as well. We're increasing, we're going up. The numbers are going up, right? But there's something else. We're not just counting. What's happening here? 2, 4, 6. Okay, we're going up, but we're skipping 1. It's like we're counting by 2s, but we're skipping 1. So the rule of this pattern looks like we're skipping 1, we're increasing, but we're skipping 1 in between. So let's see if we can solve this here. We have 10. What do we think would come next? If we're skipping 1, we can maybe skip 11, and then we're going to have 12. Okay, I think we're right with our pattern here. So 12, 13, skip, and 14. There we go. So let's check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. All right. Now we're going to look at a decreasing pattern. So if the patterns we did before were increasing, they were going up. What do we think a decreasing pattern would do? Go down, right? Okay, let's take a look. Decreasing. So we have 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. Okay, so instead of counting up, we're counting down. Okay, it's going down, it's decreasing. The elements in the pattern are decreasing. Remember, the elements are another name for all of the things in the pattern. So it could be numbers, could be shapes. So what do we think comes next? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. What do we think? Okay, 5. Good job. And what do we think is going to come next? 4. All right. And 3. Okay. 10. Let's check it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And good job. And if we were going to go on, we'd have 2 and 1. So we have a decreasing pattern, and it's just going down by 1 each time. Good job, friends. Okay. Now this is different. These are letters. So this is an alphabet pattern instead of a numeric pattern. Let's take a look here. Okay. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Just like we're singing the alphabet, right? So are we increasing or are we decreasing? Increasing. The letters are going up. So this pattern is increasing. Good job, friends. All right, we have another one here. This one's kind of tricky. You guys think you can figure this one out? Let's take a look. We have K, I, G, E, C, A. What do we think, friends? Is this decreasing or is this increasing? Is it increasing? Is it going up? Or is it decreasing? Is it going down? Okay, sorry about that, friends. My video got cut off, but if you said decreasing, you were right. It's a decreasing pattern, and the rule is it's going down, but it's skipping 1 in between. So, okay. You all did so good on my lesson about patterns. You had the best listening ears. Now we're gonna split up into groups and have some fun. But first I just wanna recap about what we learned. So we know patterns. Every pattern has a rule and it repeats over and over again, right? Okay, and then we have increasing patterns. Increasing patterns do what? they increase, they go up. And then decreasing patterns go down, they decrease. Good job. And then elements, okay? So what is an element? An element is the name for the things inside of each pattern. So if it has shapes, each shape is an element. If it has numbers, each number is an element. Very good. Okay, so we're going to split up into 3 different groups, and each group is going to do a different activity about patterns. Okay, when the time is up, we're going to stop and we're going to get into small groups, and everyone is going to present a pattern that they made. They're going to show their partner and see if your partner can solve your pattern. Okay, so I'm going to have station 1 is going to do worksheets with crayons and markers. Station 2, you guys are going to have a pattern card where you have the beginning of a pattern, and then you can use beads and other things to complete your pattern. And station 3, you guys are going to work on the tablet, making different patterns on the pattern app, and then we are going to switch when my timer goes off. Okay? All right, thank you, friends.